Hey guys, I did this yesterday and actually turned out to be pretty good, so I thought I'd share it with you. And this is a kind of a really simple breakfast burrito, kind of like what you could buy at McDonald's and stuff. It's really easy, it takes about 10 minutes, it's not that hard. And what I use is just an egg, turkey, and this is like Oscar Mayer turkey, cheese, singles cheeses, you could use any kind of, I guess the singles ones, yellow cheese, salt, pepper, and a little bit of rosemary. If you're going to use fresh rosemary, this I actually got from our little garden outside because I did plant rosemary last year. Make sure you wash it really well. What I did was I put some water into a little bowl like this, and then I put about 2 or 3 drops of bleach. Very, very, very little bleach. Don't use a lot. And just soak it in there for about 5 minutes and then rinse it off really, really well since it did have bleach in it. And you want to do this because it's sitting outside, and when it was sitting in the water, there was like these little animals floating in the water. So you want to make sure you clean it. You wash it. Ooh, and you're going to need a pan. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take see if I can show you this. You can use bacon if you want. We don't have bacon right now. You can probably use anything, but I think using this kind of stuff is the quickest way because it's just easy like this, you know. So what you're going to do, just take a knife and cut it into squares, and I'll show you right now what I'm doing. Okay, so all I did was cut it into little squares, like this. So you just have the little. And then you do the same thing with the cheese. Just cut it in strips and then cut it across. The only reason I do this is because when you stick it in the pan, the cheese melts a lot easier like that. Instead of just having one huge clump of cheese, you can just put it in there, and it'll help melt it. And you do need to know how to make scrambled eggs. If you don't know how to make scrambled eggs, I'm going to make them for you. So this is how you make scrambled eggs, just without all the other ingredients. Anyway, with the cheese, see, just cut into little strips, like this. And you're good. Okay, then what you want to do with your rosemary is just take it off the stem. You're probably thinking this is difficult, but just kind of pull them off. And what you can do is just kind of what I did, was just kind of grab it from like the top stem and then just kind of pull it down. And then pretty much gets all of these little things off. Well, most of them. You can use dry rosemary too. Or I guess any other herb. Thyme, basil. Basil's really good. I had basil. I planted basil last year. And then when the winter came, and it kind of died. And there's a plant growing over there. I don't know if it's basil or not. Okay, let me just move the camera closer. Alrighty, hope you can still see me. Take your pan. Put it on kind of high heat. This is the thing that kind of bugs me about most cooking shows. They never show you the heat that you should have it at, so this is the one that I have it. It's not too high, it's just to start it right now to get the pan hot. And then I forgot to mention you're going to need oil. I use extra virgin olive oil. You can use vegetable oil, you can use any oil. I just prefer this one because it's a lot better for you. Now, you need to take this, and I think it's about a tablespoon. Show you. Just like that. And then you just distribute it around the pan. Okay, once it's pretty hot, you can lower the heat a little bit. Okay, then you add your meat. And then you take a spatula. This is hard to do while holding the camera. Just kind of spin around in there. You can lift up the pan. I'm holding the camera so I can't right now. Okay, I went ahead and lowered the heat and added the egg. I'm just going to add some salt. Okay, can't do this. And I'm going to add fresh ground pepper. Not a lot. And the eggs are going to cook. Careful. And you just scramble the eggs. Scramble. If you don't, that's kind of not cooking, you can turn up the heat just a little bit more. Kind of wait for the pan to get a little bit hot so the eggs can cook. And then you just go ahead and add your rosemary and cheese. Do not too much rosemary because it needs to be kind of overpower it a little bit too much. And then add the cheese. And I don't add it all at once, I just kind of add a couple pieces at once. Let it melt for a little while. Yeah, the cheese is melting. Oh, it's melting too. Lovely. And then just turn off the heat. And then you can heat up a tortilla. I use these flour tortillas. We get them from this place that hand makes them, so they're like homemade tortillas, and they're really good. If you want something a little bit healthier, definitely go for a wheat tortilla. Okie dokie, and then you just take the tortilla, and then you add, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Oh, burn more than I did yesterday. Now it looks a little bit gooey, kind of messy. And the lighting isn't really good, and my camera's about to cut off. So you just roll it up. It is good. And that is my really quick way of making a breakfast burrito. Takes about 10 minutes. I think it took me a little bit longer because I'm talking through it. This would go really well with my banana milkshake. If you check my other videos, there's a thing in there that takes like 3 minutes. So yeah, try it out. Hope you enjoy. See you later, guys. Bye.